Hey there, high-level enthusiasts, marketers, and SaaSPRENEURs. It's JB, and we're back with another jam-packed podcast of our high-level spotlight sessions, where we help you bring your high-level game to new heights. Each week, I'll bring in top industry experts who dive deep into the strategies that drive success, specifically for high-level users. Whether it's getting more customers, leveling up your knowledge, or supercharging your high level with new strategies, we've got you covered. Today, I'm joined by Johann Nogueira, the founder of White Label Suite, originally an agency owner serving apartment buildings and complexes with apps for facial recognition and building management. How this turned into him becoming a SaaSpreneur in the high-level community, I'll let him tell you that, but it's a fascinating story. But Johann and I put together an episode labeled "The Power of Community" in order to achieve SaaSpreneur success. So we welcome you to the episode today. Our power of community for SaaSpreneur success is going to include a few important items that we discussed behind the scenes. One is the breakthrough and rapid growth. Two, it's the community to the rescue. And three, it's the rising tide effect. In this lesson, you're going to have some takeaways, some strategies, and some aha moments. Please list them below as they come in. And we want to now take the mic and throw it over to Johann. Welcome to the show, man. It's great to have you.
JB, thank you so much for having me. It is an honor and a privilege to be here. I'm so excited.
Absolutely, man. We've been going back and forth on Messenger, and then, you guys just, had a few things going on, and then you had this big event happen, and then time flew by, and we're here now. And that's the best part.
It is.
Amen, man. Absolutely. So, for those that don't know you yet, right? So the high-level community is very big, right? And we have a lot of people that are behind the scenes that aren't as active. You're right in the middle of activeness, which is great. Could you share where you're from, what your story's like? How did you get in the mix of high-level?
Yeah, for sure. So look, we came into high level when the group had 12,000 people in there. Now it's 70, it's close to 80,000, right? It's growing every day. I keep telling people high level is the smallest it's ever going to be today. Because you wake up tomorrow, there's probably another 1,000 people in there. That doesn't mean you've missed any opportunity. You've got more opportunity. The potential of what high level brings to the table is absolutely incredible. So we got started 4 years ago in high level now. So 4 years ago, we came in, and when we came in, dude, it was the answer to all our prayers. So me and my business partner, we've had agencies. I had my agency since 2008, right? A long, long time. And I used to do the whole Composite thing of plugging together all these different CRMs and, all the SMS systems and all you know what I'm talking about, all the social media, blah, blah, blah. Everything was plugged into all these things. It looked like Frankenstein. And so all my clients had to sign up to all these multiple pieces of software. And that was what it was. And then high level came and we were like, wow, this is amazing. This is where we messed up. So signed up, was so excited. My business partner, Walt, spent 3 months in the cave learning the system of GHL. By the time he finished, guess what happened? His learnings were now obsolete because Sean probably released 1,500 updates since then. No, that's just a joke. But having that base knowledge of what it can do is so powerful. So we have this amazing Ferrari. We call it a Ferrari. Like it is the bee's knees of everything. So, and we went out to clients and we were so excited. We were like kids in a candy store, right? We're like, and then it's going to do this, and then it's going to do this, and then it's going to do this, and this. And within about 2 minutes, the business owner's eyes were glazed over. They're like, dude, you sound like you're really excited about this and you know what you're talking about. But I don't have people to run my social media, to run my ad campaigns, to build landing pages, to build funnels, to do marketing automation, to set up S. And they go, dude, I just want to run my business. So for the first 6 months of our company, our sales conversion was horrible. I've never in my life had such bad sales conversion because we were trying to sell them absolutely everything. So this is where the epiphany came in. One day, I think we'd signed up 12 clients in 6 months. So that to us was absolutely horrible, right? Like we could barely afford to put the lights on at that stage. So it's like, hey, we went back to the people who did buy. And by the way, so GHL is one of 8 tools in our tool belt because Walt, he's a genius. So he's been building software for 13 years and he's built all these amazing bits of software. And so we were plugging those into GHL. GHL is the hub of these software. And so we asked these people, the 12 people that had bought, hey, we've sold you 8 bits of software. GHL is one of those. Which ones are you using? And every one of them said leads, leads, leads. And we went, oh, that's a new epiphany, right? So from then on, we started saying, hey, how would you like more leads in your business? How would you like more leads in your pipeline? Can I get you 20 free leads? Can I show you what we're worth? Can I show you how we work before we even charge you $1? And our conversion rate went to 80%. Now we have a new problem. People are saying yes. People are saying yes all the time. When we grew to, I'm not going to mention the number, but we grew significantly very quickly. And we didn't have any SOPs, new problems, new journey, new problems. And so now we're like, we don't have enough time to onboard, or we don't have the systems. We had no systems. We went to onboard all these people. Remember, 6 months, 12 clients. Now we were onboarding 10, 20, 50, 100. The first week that we launched this into like the GHL community, we had to onboard 100 clients. We had no systems to onboard 100 clients. We didn't have time. We were working 24 hours a day. The next week, we had 200 clients. The week after that, we had 500 clients. We were drowning. I'm telling you, I had bags under my eyes. I was stressed out of my brain. People messaging us going, guys, what's going on? I can't get this thing started. I need help. And like all of our support is just, we didn't have the infrastructure to support such a massive uptake. This is where the community came in. The community rallied. The guys who, I remember, I'll never forget this day. Desano came in from HL Pro Tools and he's like, boys, you've created something amazing. You look like you need support. Can I help you? I'm like, dude, I would love help. So he volunteered his staff once a day to onboard group onboarding every day. That got filled up too. Then Beyond came from Extendly. And he's like, I'll run another onboarding for you guys. Again, guys, they didn't charge us anything, right? So now they're running on, they're paying their staff, and now they're helping. And we're like, wow, we're teaching the people. And then people were messaging us going, hey, I've got this, but I really need to know Facebook ads. Who can help me with Facebook ads? So Apex comes to play and they go, hey, we can help you guys with Facebook ads. It's a one click into GHL and now you have your own ads library, blah, blah. So they started doing training for our clients. So one of the things I tell everybody is it's not my client, it's our client. GHL is the sea, it's the ocean. So we talk about the rising tide, right? As GHL rises, as GHL gets big, all the little ships, all the little businesses that are on there, they all rise as well. The little businesses being the HL Pro Tools, the Extendleys, the Apex, us, White Label Suite, all that. So we're all growing and we all win. So if we all help each other, that's how we're going to make this so much more fun. And if you work together, it's way more fun, right?
Absolutely. And, I appreciate you jumping into a little bit more detailed on this because, for those that have been around the high level community, this is going to resonate with them because they're making observations. Although, we have a handful of members in the community out of 70, 80,000, like not everyone is chatting away. You have people that are observing, they're taking notes, they're learning, they're looking at comments. I mean, in my journey here for a short time, I've seen folks share, like I spend an hour and a half a day going through people's questions, new posts, their comments, because I learned so much from people's problems that I haven't got to yet. And then I take that to the help guide and I take that to the different trainings that high level offers. And it sounds like, and again, I know we'll get into this a little bit more in depth, but it sounds like you were starting out from just being an observer listener and you kind of just clicked in really quick and leveraged your kindness and said, hey, help me and told your story. This is what we're going through. And people said, I can help.
Yep. That's exactly how it happened. So we were just observers. We were learning the platform. Anybody who's coming in right now, you're probably overloaded by the amount of stuff to learn marketing automation in itself. I remember back in 2015 or 14, around there is when I got into marketing automation and just understanding how to build out schematics, how to build out processes, how to think through the customer journey and go, if this happens, then this happens, and then set up the triggers and all that kind of stuff. It's a different mindset. It's a different brain process that you have to build in order to make that happen. Plus, now you don't only have the email tools, You have, hey, if this happens, send a DM. Well, you have the coolest technology at your fingertips. It's whatever you can imagine you can build, right? So the people who are coming in, you might be overwhelmed. It's okay. You don't need to know. I know 5% of the platform. Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, Word. We only use 5% of their power but it gets it done, gets the job done. So if you focus on what you need to know to make it happen, don't worry about learning every update that's happening in every instance. Just know that if you can imagine it, and if you want it to happen, just post in the group. That's what we did. We're like, hey, we've got a client. They've got 35 locations. They needed to do this, 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 this. Who's got a solution? People would then reach out and go, hey, I've already built a solution. I've already got a snapshot. I'm like, holy moly, we got that costed out. Somebody was going to charge us 5 grand, 10 grand to build that. Here's somebody going, hey, I've already built it. You want it? I'll sell it to you for a couple of $100. Now, this is where snapshots come into the play, right? There's all these amazing geniuses who have built all their knowledge into snapshots. GHL allows you to then transfer that knowledge across and sell the snapshots. So you get leverage. So, guys, if you're building out systems, turn it into snapshots, sell it to the other agencies because you're winning. You're helping other agencies because you're saving them time, energy, money. So utilize snapshots. They're one of the most powerful things about GHL. And yeah, man, anything that you can imagine has probably already been built, and the community has been around. Like it's an amazing community for the last 5 years. I've never seen so much activity, so much helpfulness. And if there is no solution there yet, give it 24 hours, put it up in the group, and it will exist. Somebody will go and build it, and they'll spend their weekend building it out.
Absolutely. And I think about it, this community, in my opinion, the ingredients are because there's so many different features and benefits and types of skill sets and uses. It's a big pot of everything, meats, vegetables, ingredients all in one. But now think back, like when we were piecing this stuff together, the Frankenstein way, we would be part of a bunch of groups. So you'd
Yep.
be part of the one software group, then you'd be part of the other software group. Before you knew it, you had 15 groups that you're a part of because although the service was great or the product was great, the people still had questions. And if you were, not everybody's still familiar with groups. Like a lot of people don't even like think that groups are even important these days because they just haven't been exposed to it. But those that are, I mean, it's a lot to be part of all these different groups. We're here, I think that's our driving factor. Because we have a bunch of things together and people are all on the same mission. It's the vertical, it's the tool set, it's the use case, it's everything. It's kind of nuts as I think about it. When it comes to networking, right? So let's just talk about we've been talking about community, we've been talking about opportunity. When we talk about people being open to speaking and learning and chatting, there's a lot of people that are afraid to message somebody or communicate with somebody because they're going to get put on a spot like, oh, this person sent me a cold DM or this person is trying to sell me something, right? Some people just don't know how to approach others because they're new to it. Could you share a little bit on how you started to or how you help others get over that hump of kind of breaking the ice?
Yeah, for sure, man. So, guys, Jim Rohn, like when I was 20 years old, we're talking 25 years now. I read a book and in there it said, if you help others achieve what they want, you'll get what you want in return. That's the philosophy that we wake up with every morning. Who can I help today? Right. And so in the group, if you read, and let me just, I'll answer the question in a second. I just want to go back to groups. The reason why the group is so good is because Facebook now, nobody cares about what you had for dinner last night. Like that's what Facebook used to be, right? Facebook now knows, the algorithms know that you're more engaged in your hobbies. And the GHL group is a sort of like a hobby. That's your passion. That's what you go and you look for. That's what you're reading. So it shows it prominent to you in your feed all the time. And so that's why the group is very powerful because as soon as you put up, a post there, all these other people around the world are seeing it and then they're replying. So you asked me about how do you connect with people? Easy. Go and read, go and see what people's problems are. It won't take you a couple of hours to actually get a feel of issues that the community is having and then contribute. Go and help, reply to them, help them get to where they want to go. And if you feel like any of the big guys, dude, the big guys won't reply or you're embarrassed to approach them. Sean Clark is in the group. The founder is in the group replying. Like, I have never, ever, ever seen any company where the founder is in the group replying to people going, hey, I've got this question, blah, 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 blah. And he's there replying. I'm like, how does this man ever sleep? You know what I mean? But anyway, we all know Sean is absolutely crazy in terms of that and his commitment to the community and the product. So that's cool. But the other people, now all the other people in there, they're seeing, go in there, read, message them. We ran this summit. I simply went and said, who has added value to the community? I've been away from the business for 6 months. I went traveling. I've been traveling for the last 6 months. I went hiking across Spain. It's been amazing. Came back and I went, oh, Sean's only updated 600 things in the last 3 minutes, right? But in 6 months, there's a lot of catching up to do. I go, what can I do that helps me catch up with everything that's happening in the GHL world? And that's how the community sort of came about. It came about because I said, I need to catch up with all the leaders in the group. So I wanted to build a little mastermind, a little roundtable mastermind saying, hey guys, let's catch up. So I started talking to people and they were saying, I'm doing this and this is how I'm growing. And all the MRR is going through the roof. I've never seen growth like this before. There's never been a time like this before. I've been in the agency world since 2008, right? And watching these people's MRR grow like crazy. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? What's the strategy? How are you doing it? Break it down for me. Show me exactly how you're doing that. And so this person sharing with me, this person sharing with me, and I became sort of a synapse for it. And then I said, hey, did you know this person's doing this? And if you add this onto that, and then this on top of that, and they're like, dude, can you make an introduction? And then I went, yeah, sure, I can do that. How about we get together a little mastermind? 20 people in a room. Doesn't have to be because we're spread out across the world. Let's just do a virtual 20 person, couple of days, which then turned into the summit. We said, hey, everybody, what would happen if we gave this knowledge to everybody? So the whole thing is the rising tide lifts all ships. So if we share this information with everybody, everybody will win. So how do we do that? We did it by the summit. So we invited all the most prominent people who are in the GHL community and said, do you want to come and share your knowledge? Come and share. Tell people because you are a secret. Like there's some people who are prominent, who are great at social media. That's amazing. Good on them. But there's also people who are secrets. They're geniuses, like absolute geniuses. And, I won't name drop just for now. Guys, go check out the summit and you'll see who they are. Anyway.
I was gonna say there's so many names to share, right? And then there's probably a handful of people that you said, hey, look, we can't fit this one because of timing. We put this into like a whole marathon. For weeks. The next one we got you, right? Like there has to be
Exactly.
some point of a cutoff, so there's not that overlapping. But like with them, it's just putting a few people in a room and
Yeah.
expand it quickly.
Getting them to come in and share like that. Here's the thing about knowledge. If I had an apple and I gave you an apple, you now have the apple. I don't have an apple. Knowledge is completely different. If I have knowledge and I give it to you, it's now multiplied. And then you can give it to someone else and you can give it to 10 other people and it's multiplied and it grows and it spreads. And now it raises the bar for everybody else because that becomes sort of the baseline. Make sense?
It
And
does.
so it's
I-
power. Okay.
And I have a question about that, right? Like there's a set of people out there, right? Like everywhere, there's different sides, but I don't want to give that away. That's my proprietary. That's my strategy. I don't that could affect my business,
I
right? So
love
someone maybe would say like, Coca-Cola doesn't give their recipe away. Pepsi doesn't give their recipe away. Like, so
Yep.
how do you
it.
what's your
This,
opinion of it?
so here, you and I have not talked about this, but what you just hit on is the pivoting moment in our business. So we, as I said, we had this tool, this leads tool, which we were using to grow our MRR. And we put up a post going, hey, where had this MRR? And we had all these people jump in. They're like, how'd you do it? And we're like, yeah, well, this is how we did it. They're like, what's this leads tool? And they're like, can we have access? I'm like, hell no, that's our secret thing, right? That's our secret source. That's what's helping us. And then we're sitting down and we went, but what if we put the ego aside? What if we put the ego aside and said, everyone can have this? Is anything going to be taken away? Like I'm in Australia. In Australia, there are 2,960 digital agencies servicing 3 million people. Our entire population is 24 million. We are tiny. America, you guys got what, 360 million people, right? If there was 1,000 of me, we couldn't cater to your entire country. And that's just still one country. There's so many other countries. So when you remove that whole ego and go, hey, let me share, let's all win together. And that's the thing about, being able to go, hey, here, have my strategy. I wish you well. And if you look, any books, that's what books are. It's somebody who's a autobiography or strategies in a book. Somebody spent decades learning and distilling that knowledge and putting it into a book. And then they share it to you for $20, right? That's how much you buy a book for. Are you serious? It's insane. So knowledge sharing grows the entire community and the consciousness of I'm getting philosophical, but you
No, it's
understand what
okay
I'm
because I think that's there's different types of episodes, different type of podcasts, different types of materials that you read, you learn, right? But you said to yourself, knowledge is what they're transferring of, whether you're reading, listening, or watching it. Somebody decided to put this content together, and I used to always wonder, why do these motivational scream and try to overemphasize, right? Sometimes they just want to get their point across that look, this is free information, this is action items, and then others is the frustration of people not taking action, and then others is just like if I stand out, maybe someone will grab it. And a lot of what is out there could be repackaged information, but even if it's repackaged with a little bit of a lipstick and a bow, you still got to take action. And that's the missing part. And I feel like what I've seen in my view, my experience is that with a thriving community, people happy go lucky. You get a few folks that will throw some wrenches, a few folks that'll debate it, just normal. But if you have a great room, like we call it, a room of people on the same mission, you like get inspired without even knowing them. Like someone will put a post, I just did it, and you're like, is that clickbait or is that like a real story? And then you do your research, like you said. Let me go through their past posts. And everything's so transparent these days online that you can reverse engineer someone's claim or intent.
Yep. Yep. Success leaves clues. And you can like our brains now. We're 2 years into the advent of AI, right? Now you can read a post and go, that's AI. ChatGPT wrote that. So your brain is a supercomputer. You know when it's BS. You know when someone's genuine. Your gut tells you. You can read into it. Energy transfers through the keyboard, right? When you type, it types with that intent. You know the intent of something when you see it. Our brains are absolutely so. It is a supercomputer. You can tell. So, guys, there are like a couple of people. There's like 3 bad people in the whole world. They just get around a lot, right? Tony Robbins said that a long, long, long time ago. But most of the people, they genuinely wake up and they just want to help. They just want to help. They want to share. They have no other place to share their successes. Nobody else is going through this journey, especially with JHL, because nobody else will understand. You can't go into any of the other communities and go, hey, this brand new feature came out and this is what I did with it. And this is how, like, during the summit, right? We had one of the sessions where this guy goes, if I lost absolutely everything, these are the 3 steps I would do to build back up to 100K. And I just looked at it and went, oh my God, that is so simple. His talk was done in 20 minutes. Now, in action items, step 1, step 2, step 3, just do that, focus on that. And then people in the comments were like, that's absolutely incredible. If I lost my business, I would go do that. There were some people who were like, no, but you must be not telling us something because it can't be that simple. Again, the human brain, right? It can't be that simple. I have to make it more complicated. You have a tool which you can make as complex as you like. Don't make it complicated. Keep it simple. So now back to the start of the story. What do people want? What do businesses want? They don't want a million systems. They don't want a system that's going to manage all their social media and do this and do their ads and do all their emails, automations, and missed call tech. They don't care about all that. All they care about is people coming to their doors or people coming to their stores and a transaction happening and them being happy and them getting freedom and time and having energy to spend with the time that they want, with the people that they want. That's
Yeah.
it. And your job is to make that happen using this tool, which is GHL.
What's crazy is that like, with high level, most people, if not all people, white label it, right? They add their own branding, their own color. And there's many stories that I come across where like, oh, I Googled the images and I couldn't find it. And I was trying to reverse it in it. And they're trying to find out what the real name of the software is because over the years, people kept it to themselves or they were just right building upon what was in the making. And it's exciting because think about this. It's not like everyone's pushing one name, right? The name of high level is in the community because that's what brings us all together. But really, like you had mentioned, you have white label suite, you have a few other brands supporting for different niches, for different retail use, etc. But you promoting to the public those brands, and then you're in high level, wearing the high level shirt and with pride and excitement. That's crazy. Like it's like living the best of both worlds. And then you got like
Yeah.
80,000 people that could be quote unquote considered competitors. I mean, even like when I'm in the gym or I'm going to the store, I wear a high level. Yeah, man, you got high level? Yeah, I got high level. Like that. It's like your favorite team. There's someone else. They go, you like the field? You like this? Shit? Yeah, man. It's
Exactly.
it gives me
Exactly.
goosebumps because it's like, how is that even possible? And it goes back to the culture of the community.
Yep. Yep. 100%. When we started, we didn't want to tell anybody about high level. We're like, no, it's all comment suite, guys. Comment suite, comment suite. And soon we realized, man, all these people are asking us all these questions that it's all the high level stuff. And so we realized, hey, we're going to tell our clients it's high level, branded as comment suite with all these extra things because everybody's instance of high level is different. There's 80,000 people there, but they're all different. Their branding's different, their offer's different, their service is different. We all have the same tool. How many hammers are there in the world, right? A hammer. Everybody's got a hammer. You give me a hammer, I can't build anything. You give an artist a hammer, they'll build you a mansion, right? So the right tool in the right people's hands has these different things. We now tell people it's like WordPress. Go and install WordPress if you like. There's nothing there. But if we install it, we're going to have all these plugins, have all these, not that we've had to do any WordPress or plugins for 5 years, thank God. But you understand the,
I
and here's WordPress, here's the themes, here's the plugins, all of those things, which makes it completely different to any other system that's out there. And so we now tell people, by the way, this is built on an engine that's called Go High Level. And on that engine, we put these wrappers, we plug in all these other things. And that's what makes our instance unique. You're free, by the way, at any point in time to switch to your own high level account. If you don't like us for any reason, it's cool. We will transfer you into your own high level account. We don't want to hold you hostage or anything like that. This is all part of our terms, right? We want you to be free. We don't want to hold you hostage. We don't want you to feel like you're tied into any contracts or anything. This is it. This is the system we use. When you want, we'll transfer stuff out to you. And we did. So a lot of our clients, because we have, again, Comet Suite, white label suite. Comet Suite was our retail arm. We used to sign up people on Comet Suite. Then we realized it's more fun if we get them to build out their systems in Comet Suite. We had business coaches, schools, anyway, a myriad of clients. And we said to them, hey, how would you like to own your own destiny? How would you like to have this system and own the entire system? You never have to pay us again. We'll transfer you over into your own Go High Level account. By the way, we're making 40% affiliate commissions on every one of those accounts, right? So now we don't have to pay, we don't have to support it, but we're still getting paid. Amazing. Thank you so much for the great system you built. They now have their own system. And they have their destiny in their hands. They can do what they like. They can grow it as big as they want, but they're not relying on us anymore. And now they have so much more support. Having Go High Level as the back end, the support, etc., takes so much stuff off our heads. So that's the whole, do I brand it as my thing? Do I keep it a secret? We say, no, don't keep it a secret. Tell everybody. It's all good.
Well, you threw it.
That's out of,
You threw a nugget out there, right? You threw a nugget, and that's the flexibility of the community. And if those that didn't catch the nugget or didn't quite see how that pivot changed, like you get to kind of pick which adventure you want to take. Do you want to handle everything hands on, or do you want to take on the affiliation portion of it, where you could still service as an expert, but now you're still getting paid on the recurring revenue that that company is paying no matter what. So there's best of both worlds. I want to just evolve this into someone that is excited about what they just heard. Your story has, inspired them. They see the bigger picture now. They understand that, okay, I need to engage, right? If I participate, contribute, and engage, whether it's starting out with likes or a few comments here and there, just get your name known. Could you give could you give our audience just a few, maybe what might be basic to you, but maybe like new to them, in a few tips on getting started in participating in the group? So, like, for example, an example of basic is having a nice, clear photo of you, right? Like not a logo, like you look like a human being that someone could say, oh, if I saw them in the street, the smile would make me smile, or I would feel like they remind me of somebody. Could you pick
Yeah.
up a few from there, a few more that just helps?
Yeah.
Hey, man, it's like going to a building and meeting someone saying hi.
I understand. And so in the community, guys, if you're listening, if you're new, if you don't post, go post. But basically, if you go in there, put up a good photo so people know who you're talking about. Everybody has power. There's stories, right? Again, back to people who are starting off. Ask for help because people who are ahead of you will love to help you because they don't want you to go through the pain that they went through. I've been through a lot of pain in my business over the last couple of decades. I don't ever want people to go through those hard lessons. If I can help somebody skip it, I will help them. And so people want to help. Just know that that's the psyche of this group. And when people want to help, just put up your problems. I have this client. This is the problem I'm having. I want to go into this nation. There's people out there going, I want to get to 100 sub accounts. How do I do that? People are jumping in on those threads going, do it this way, do it this way. Everybody wants to share and share their knowledge and share their strategies. You get to pick. You get the smorgasbord of all the people. You've got all these stories. Now back to the summit. We had 24 speakers, 24 different ways of people running their companies, building their businesses to significant MRR. You get a smorgasbord to choose whichever one makes sense to you, depending on where you are right now. So there's so much unlimited opportunity. You have a tool that is like a stem cell. It can become anything you want it to be. Leverage the community, leverage the tool. There has never been a community like this. There's never been a tool that changes so rapidly. Sean and the team are absolutely insane. Varun was telling us about all the new things that he's going to be releasing. Varun's a freaking genius, right? And he's like, I'm going to do this, going to do that. We're like, wow, there's so many. We get in. Here's the thing. They said that they're never going to change the price, the base level price. People were terrified of that. How are they going to stay afloat? How are they going to give this away at $299, $297? How can they sustain? They've got a plan. They've got an amazing plan. And so they're always looking after people. So jump on board.
Yeah, I appreciate you sharing, the wisdom, the experience, the encouragement, because it's all important in gratitude, right? The gratitude of helping others, the gratitude of receiving, the gratitude of just understanding the big picture of why do that? Like me typing, will it make a difference? Yes. Me sharing my problem, will it make a difference? Yes. I mean, we've had so many features, solutions to features come because of the pain that they shared and how they've articulated it. And we still got that coming, man. Jan, it's been a pleasure. Just I almost forgot we were live. Like we were just chatting away, and I think that's the power of it, man. That we I must have. I've been thinking about, man. I just took my juice and I'm pouring my cup, and I'm like, it was like a coffee chat. Like it's morning you, evening here. There's nothing in between holding us back. I mean, what time is it in your world now?
It was 7:30 when we started. It's 8:21 right now. And that's a beautiful thing. There's never been a time like this. There's never been a time where you and I can connect over a video, share this knowledge, share this content with so many people across the globe. There's never been a time that exists like right. You have access to AI. This is the greatest innovation. Your children, your children's children will thank you for being in this journey. If my ancestors, got access to the printing press, we'd probably all be on an island right now, right? You have that opportunity right now. There's never been a time where you have access to this technology, this level of brain, this level of communication. Anytime I read a book, I will hit up the author in the DMs. Yo, man, I read your book. I think it's amazing. I thought about these points. What do you think? And guess what happens? They reply. When has that been possible? It's never been possible, right?
And without mentioning ages and stuff, but I feel like we're about the same ballpark, and we've got to see a bunch of generations. We've got to experience a bunch of generations.
Yeah.
It's it's like a wow moment, man. So look, man, it was a pleasure. A little fist pound for you there. It was a pleasure hanging out with you. Pleasure you just sharing the excitement you have from what you have going on, coming back into the community, sharing your story, sharing your influence of, jump in there. If you're tuning in live right now and you found some excitement, some inspiration, some some oomph to get in there, to make some high level friends. Just say hi to somebody. And if they think you're trying to sell them something, then keep it moving. But just say hi, comment, like, show support, and I promise you it'll come back. You heard it directly from Johann. He's been there, been around. Y'all been great. Johann, man, thank you again. We'll be in touch till the next episode. Stay rolling and going, because high level, here we come. Take care, guys.
Thanks, JB.